Another streaming movie with no visual aid. So today we will be discussing the 2021 film The Tomorrow War. It is the first live-action directorial debut of Chris McKay, who is primarily known for directing animated films. He did the Lego Batman movie in 2017, and he directed 3 seasons as well as edited Robot Chicken, so he was mostly an animation director. More recently, he's directed the movie Renfield, starring Nicolas Cage, which I reviewed last year on my old channel. Can't remember my score on that one. I want to say it was in the 3 out of 5 range. So this particular film, Tomorrow War, it's one of my favorite genres, science fiction and aliens and time travel all rolled into one. Is this movie a classic? No. Is it entertaining and does it get the job done? Yes. It's kind of a sad story. McKay noted that he shot this movie for the big screen, and they had started casting and putting this movie together as early as 2019, pre-pandemic, and then we get stuck in the phony baloney lockdowns. This movie, again, was made for the big screen. It's a huge budget movie, $200 million they spent to make it, and it ended only up making $19.2 million at the limited box office release that it did have, because it ended up getting bought by Amazon Prime, and it is considered the most expensive movie ever made to go straight to streaming. Again, that was all because of the COVID lockdowns. This movie should have been in the theaters. Perhaps it would have had much more fanfare, because I'd never even heard about it until yesterday. I was bored with the kids and we were scrolling through Amazon Prime and it looked interesting. This movie kind of pulls from a lot of different genres of alien films. I see parts of the Thing from Another World and the John Carpenter Thing in this movie. I see parts of the movie The Edge of Tomorrow. We're talking about that movie that we watched yesterday that you got too scared, but...
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
There's a bonus review I've got for you.
Okay.
It's this movie called Super 8.
Yeah.
And
I could see that it kind of has a similar
I
vibe
would
to
give
that
it a
movie.
9 out of 10.
Super 8?
Yeah, but not that much. I am only giving it a 9 out of 10 because it was very scary.
What about this movie? The movie that we watched yesterday. You didn't finish that movie.
No, I'm not. I'm probably doing 4 out of 4.
4 out of 4, but you didn't even finish.
4 out of 5.
You didn't even finish watching it.
I don't even. Let me tell you something. The aliens were too scary for me.
Were they scarier than the alien from Super 8?
No.
Was that alien pretty scary?
Not that scary.
So these aliens were scarier than the Super 8 alien?
No. The Super 8 alien is way scarier than that.
Would you say this isn't a movie for kids?
Yeah, I would say it's PG-13.
And it was PG-13.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for giving me your opinion on this movie. Now let Dad finish talking about it with my small viewing audience. Thanks for coming along with me for this movie. Okay, so where were we? Like he was mentioning the movie Super 8, a J.J. Abrams movie. This movie kind of pulls from a lot of different things. One of my 5 out of 5 time travel-ish alien movies, which I kind of felt this is in a similar vein of, was The Edge of Tomorrow, where there's this world-ending alien. Another movie also starring Tom Cruise, Oblivion, kind of fits into that movie. They find this thing at the very end of the movie buried in an ice shelf, much like they did in The Thing from Another World, and no spoilers there. So the movie was principally shot mostly in Georgia. The final scenes were shot on location at a glacier in Iceland. Like I said, this movie was entertaining. I like the time travel element and how they kind of sucked them up into this 30-year in the future war, battling these hostile aliens. The creature creator and his team, it was a guy by the name of Ken Bartholomew. They picked 67 different alien designs before they finally settled on the final concept known as the white spike, because this alien has tentacles that shoot white darts. Chris Pratt the main guy. He's become quite the action star. It was okay, but it was entertaining. Did it measure up to The Edge of Tomorrow for me? No. That movie's a classic. The Thing, very terrifying. This movie didn't, it scared my kids. My younger kids watched it with me, and the one that you just saw, he didn't even finish the movie because he got too scared. The aliens are CGI. You know how I feel about practical effects. I mean, nothing's better than the original 1979 Alien, right? Because of its practical effects. This movie relies a lot on CGI, as most modern movies do, right? But it just doesn't give me the scares, and it doesn't have the memorable characters that, to me, some of these other Alien movies have. Like Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise and Edge of Tomorrow. 5 out of 5 movie. This movie, I am going to go 3 out of 5. It's middle of the road. They are planning a part 2. That being said, the Rotten Tomato critic average is even lesser than I think. 52%, which I think it's better than a 2 out of 5. The 5,000 plus audience members who have submitted their review to Rotten Tomato average is 76%. I think that's fair. IMDb is 6.6 out of 10, and over 3,200 Google users have an average score of this film for 4.3 out of 5, which I think is a little too generous. I don't think this movie is over 80%. I think it's middle of the road, popcorn fluff. I rented it from the Red Box, watched it for free on Amazon Prime with my subscription. I feel like I would have been somewhat disappointed if I would have paid $13 to see this on the big screen, albeit the director really wanted it to be on the big screen. The action was great. The story was okay. It could have been better. I'm not a director, but I just have an initial feeling when I see a movie, and this particular movie did not really wow me like some of those other classic sci-fi movies that I feel that this movie pulled from. So thanks for coming along. Check it out. Comment if you think I'm right on or if I don't know what I'm talking about and this movie's better than a 3 out of 5. Until next time, we'll see you then.